Hey everybody, Derek Christensen here. I wanted to talk to you today about what do you do with your estate plan after you've signed it. Do you just put it somewhere and hide it, or do you actually go and run around and show everyone, or something in between? But before I dive into that, I want to let you know how to reach out to me. You can find me in my email, Derek, D-E-R-E-K, at legionlawpllc.com, or you can find me at my website. Yeah, I've already mentioned the email. The website, www.legionlawpllc.com. So with that, let's dive right in. I just actually did this the other week. I signed with a couple. They took care of their documents. Everything was good to go. And one of them says to the other, oh yeah, hey, we're going to put this in your gun safe. So we got to get that code or something like that. And immediately a red flag pops up in my mind because it is not a good idea to put your estate plan anywhere that is locked up or hidden or stashed away somewhere. So you'll want to make sure that you absolutely need to be able to access this document or the estate plan overall. So there are a couple points to make. One, when you finish signing, you want to make sure that you put it in a place that's not going to get destroyed, where it's going to get tattered or lost, but you also don't want to put it somewhere super secure, like I just said, because if you do put it somewhere super secure, like a gun vault, a safety vault in a bank, in a locker or something like that requires a key, anything that puts a barrier between you and those documents, if that is the case and that person passes away, we would need to go before a judge and say, hey, we think the will's in there, we have no idea, so can you give us permission to go destroy this property? And we'd have to physically go break it open or, lockpick it or whatever. I'm sure there's smoother ways to do it. But either way, you still have to hire an attorney, go talk to a judge, file a motion, all that stuff, just to maybe access those documents. So that's no fun. You definitely don't want to go through that process. So again, put it where you put your insurance documents, but not like your social security card or something. So that's the first thing. The second thing is to tell your family where it's located. So you'll say, hey, we just finished an estate plan. We worked with Derek. He was so great, but we want to make sure you know where to find those documents instead of just going to Derek. So here's where they're located. They're located on this shelf in this room by the whatever. So just let them know where it's at. You don't have to show them what the documents are, but you just want them to know where they are in case an emergency happens. Because the idea is to be able to go and if there's an emergency, grab a binder, pull it out, and it'll solve all your problems with the documents inside. But you need to know where that binder is after all. And the third point to make is that you also want to make scans. Scan all the documents. Now, I say that, but every single document but the will is going to be valid as a PDF. As long as as long as you scan the entire document, it has the signature page, it has every aspect of the document, including handwriting or any kind of notes. If anything pops up on that document, it needs to be in the PDF as well. So that's a pure replica of the actual document. If you make a PDF of it, you can use that PDF to go to a bank and you can just email it to them. You can, whatever. Additionally, I say that for everything, but for the will specifically, interestingly enough, in Texas, you must have the actual will that was signed, the one that you pushed the pen into and you signed with. That is the document that is the only will that can go through probate. You can't make a copy of it and then use the copy. You can't, in every circumstance except just a very few, you can not use a copy. You cannot you can't do anything. You have to use the actual document, no PDFs or anything like that. For the will specifically, trusts, they're okay. They're just like everything else. They can be treated as PDFs, but the will is treated differently. And if you're getting really frisky and you're looking to impress your attorney, you should ask for a second copy of the will as you're signing it so that you can have two original copies. Again, any copy of a will that you physically signed can be probatable. However, you can sign multiple wills if they're all the same. If they all say the same thing and they're just replicas of each other, as long as they're physically signed, those are totally valid as well to use in probate. So a copy isn't exactly right, but a replica of the actual will that was signed the exact same way is valid as well. So either way, neither here nor there, get PDFs. Make sure that you are good to send them to people, that you know where to store them, that they can access them. So if you do all that, then it'll be great because then you won't have to worry about people being able to access these documents. Again, if you're in a coma, if you're out of the country, if you're dead, people can't talk to you and they can't find these documents. And if they can't find the will, then the default laws of Texas will apply, and those default laws might be different than your will. So don't do it. Don't let it happen. Make sure you keep it out of a safety box, out of a luck, any kind of situation. Keep it open and free, but away from coffee stains. That's the first point. Second point is to make sure you tell people where it's located so they can find it if they had to go inside your house for some reason. And the third point is to make sure you make scans. And if you have those scans, you can use them pretty much on anything except for your will. So with that, if you have any other questions on how to store or how to preserve your documents, feel free to let me know. I'd be more than happy to help. Oh, one last thing. I apologize. You need to make sure you keep the originals. Do not let your attorney keep the originals. It is very bad if they keep the originals, because I just mentioned with the will, but you also want the originals for all the other documents. Do not let your attorneys keep the originals of your documents. That is very, very not good. So anyways, email Derek, DEREK at Legion Law PLLC, or you can find me on my website, where you can go on to my Contact Us page and you can schedule a free over the phone consultation with me directly on my calendar at www.legionlawpllc.com. So thank you so much for watching and have a great day.